Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Rafe Gal. We are playing some Final Fantasy VI. We're progressing the story a bit. Just gonna do a little quick wander around before we do. You get the Viper darts here for Setzer. And I think we should be good on the rest. Got Remedy, got some Holy Water left, got some Phoenix Stones left in case I'm dead. Not saying, just saying. Okay. We're gonna head up here and meet with Setzer. Lost his wings. The airship got torn in half, if you recall. Celis is the one talking during this because she and Edgar are the only ones that you're required to get. Sabin says very little during this whole section. That's also why Celis confronts Edgar and not Sabin, because the stop in Zen is an optional one. Tells us that there's a chance he can get a new pair of wings, aka a new airship, so we're gonna get ready and head that way. Bismarck, Ifrit. Someone commented on my my lack of optimized equipment, so I'm going to try and make an effort to do that more often. We're gonna go Gigas Glove. I did actually stop and look up the Hyper Wrist. So the Hyper Wrist does still work. It does enhance your strength, but it enhances your strength rating by 50%. The strength rating is only a small part of the damage formula, and the Gigas Glove actually gives you a much better overall damage boost, because it's 25% boost only, but it's to the end result, not to the beginning. Apparently, I have not stored magic in a while. That's okay. Viper darts are apparently also an instant death effect. Good to know. So yeah, Daryl's Tomb is a very short walk here, and it is one of the required dungeons. One of the neat parts with the World of Ruin is it's almost all optional. You can technically go get Edgar and Setzer and the airship and finish the game. That's a terrible idea, because Kefka's Tower is actually really pretty tough. This is your friend's grave. Okay, I'm gonna try and remember this. This is a fairly complicated dungeon. I'm terrible about remembering. Oh, you have to actually go to the stones first. So one of the other things with this dungeon, in addition to just being honestly kind of a really cool design that we don't see in a lot of other dungeons, like it's one of the few places that's actually got this unique look. Oh, and Marlboros, which are really nasty. It has this really cool aesthetic, which I appreciate. And I believe there's a secret passage through to that other one. We are going to... I did it right. Yeah, there's a lot of hidden stuff in this dungeon as well. Madwin, we're gonna switch out for... See, he's already had Zone Seeker. When we level up, we're gonna do a quick grind session after this, and the grind session is going to be straight up making sure that we're getting the best stat boost possible for the characters, as well as increasing the level that all the other characters will join at, because that's one of the big mechanics here. We've got the experience egg right there. That'll actually increase XP gained. So we're going to rotate that through our characters as we do the experience grind. Put that switch to open the door. You have to do that while the water is down. We're going to be raising the water and riding the turtle. You know, while the sprites in this game are... they intentionally made it so the sprites in this game pop a lot more. They have a brighter color palette, which for some things is kind of off-putting. For this dungeon and for the enemy that we just fought, I don't think I've ever actually been able to tell exactly what that enemy was. I thought that the lion thing was in the robe, and I never noticed the body. And the popping colors really helped with that. So I'll appreciate that for what it's worth. Raise the water. Instant death effects are good. Okay, we're gonna check down here next. Because I believe this is the next place we go. Genji helm. Okay. So first piece of Genji equipment we've gotten. You can get a full set. And it is just a very powerful piece of equipment as far as just defenses go. I'm gonna double check to see if other people can equip it, because other people can't equip the crystal helm. It's a heavy armor piece. We need to make sure that we get see. I need to remember to get Celis's magic points up before we go. Okay. So this is a weird little puzzle. All of those, we're gonna need to engrave that message in eventually. I'm trying to remember if these guys count as undead or not. Yep. I think we can kill these guys with holy water? Yes. Huh. Some old school targeting there where it went to the guy who was already dead. This is one of the downsides with some of these espers is they learn, their learn rates are so good. I'm gonna double check on, yeah, I thought she still had one left. And let's go ahead and, while we're in the menu anyway, go Ether. I'm not gonna go full, but we can at least give her a little bit more magic because that is her main offensive tool. Since Runic is a defensive tool. So the fact that we already flipped that switch means we can go through here. Monster in a box. Which is the actual mimic. I don't actually know how to beat this. I think we want to just attack the head like the other one. It likes lightning. Figures. Let's make sure that this actually works. Okay. I have a feeling he's going to counterattack. Maybe not. We're gonna wait for the head to come back out. Oh! This should do straight nines? No, close. We're getting there. After the grind, there will be very little that Celes can't just nuke with magic. Dragon Claws. Another boost to magic for him. There will be several of those. I want to go get all the stuff first. So the boss that's coming up is weak to fire. As you may be able to guess, we are going to use a bunch of fire rods to just nuke him off the face of the planet. I also need to double check because he is... he casts a really weird spell. Okay, we should be good. Called Level Question Pearl. And what it does is it compares the last digit of your gold crap. Well, I was good. Actually, we should be good, just based on the levels we're at. It compares the last digit of your gold and checks if your level is a multiple of that. It's a bizarre formula. Check. So currently Edgar's gonna get hit with it because we ended in a 2. There lies Daryl. And we get the attack from the boss. So we're probably just gonna get nuked right off the bat. Or at least Edgar is. Oh, everybody got hit with it. Apparently I don't remember how it works. But we're good. I'm just gonna go ahead and use just Fyra. She hits really hard already. I do find it kind of funny that after that whole undead dungeon, the boss looks undead and is not. It's probably for the best. Five magic points. Okay, and we get the final little section here. And we get a really awesome cutscene. So we're just gonna let this go. So, Daryl is a very briefly mentioned, this section is the only time she comes up, character that gives a lot better context for Setzer. And makes him a much more well-rounded character, in my opinion. As I said before, he comes off as really... I mean, he basically starts this as a kidnapper who's sweeping in to steal Maria. It never really goes into whether she wants to be kidnapped or not. But it's a fair assumption that she doesn't, given the kidnapping thing. This whole scene and the relationship with Daryl make it seem more like a very playful, flirtatious thing. His nature in general. Now, whether that's unwanted with Maria or not is a matter for a different... that we don't know. We're gonna hear this song a lot. I literally just got a little bit of a shiver right there. First things first. Finally starting to feel like we have some hope. See a bird, carrier pigeon. And we see it fly towards... Something inside tells me to lead me to our friends. Okay. So it's going to follow, or lead us down here, and it's going to be our clue to our first party member. There are tons of just little hints that you're going to get as the game goes on. We're not going to follow it right now. And actually, I'm really torn on how to do this. I don't think we can actually change party members until we get at least a 5th. So never mind. Okay, so we're gonna do a short grind here. And I'll just have to be careful about switching things around. We are intentionally not going to be learning magic during this. And it's not because we don't want to learn magic, because we're doing other things. We'll start with that pattern, and we're basically going to alternate every few levels. And the important thing here is the levels, not the actual fights. So I do need to watch that as well. He doesn't have Vanish yet. She doesn't have Vanish. Please tell me one of them has Vanish. Well, the first thing we're going to do is finish learning Vanish, because apparently this is, because this is supposed to be the most, or an area we're not supposed to be at yet. Well, I mean, the entire world is kind of scary at this point. So, yeah. As much as we're supposed to be anywhere, I suppose. Actually, you know what? I know it hasn't been a super long video. I am gonna save here and do the grind as a separate video. That way I can just frame it that way, and people can skip the grind if they don't want to be to go through it. If you do like these videos, give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one.